So, what is going on, guys? Today we're going to be taking a look at the SH Figuarts 4th Form Frieza, but not exactly. This is 4th Form Frieza. Clearly, if you look at that, it very clearly is 4th Form Frieza. But, this is the old release. Now, as far as it goes, yes, I put it back in the box, and this isn't initially mine either. This is one I got off of eBay. It is legitimate from everything that I can tell. I don't have any, it's like warning signs for it. Everything looks right. And I mean, it does have the Toei sticker, but it does not have the other one. But I've seen multiple on there without the quality sticker, so I don't know. This is the old release from 2018, I believe. And this one is, in my opinion, the better one. Because there is a newer one that came out, I think, a year or two ago. And that one is a lot of the same, but this one comes with a little bit more stuff. So let's just crack into the box and show you what's different. So for first thing out of the box, you might notice, especially if you own the other one, this one comes with effect parts. And that was the big reason I wanted this one, is it comes with the Death Ball effect parts. It also comes with an extra tail. The newer one comes with everything else, but minus this long tail and these effect parts. That's the difference. The figure is also a little bit different looking compared to the newer one. The newer one's a bit more of a more off-white. This one is more of a pure white, but it does have a lot of blue shading if you look at it. It's showing up really, really well for me, but I don't know how well it'll show up on camera. It doesn't look like it's showing up too good, but that is the box. But also one thing, and I'm pretty sure it also includes, is its own stand, which is crazy. You do get the other parts. The person was kind enough to actually include the stand. So we have the parts, which are basically the same as the stands I've had for the last little bit, but kind of mixed and matched, which I do not mind. But anyway, that's really it for that. So let's get him out of the tray and into the area. So for Frieza out of the box, he looks quite good, and is very much this nice pure white with this release. The other one isn't as pure. It's more of like an off-white, like I mentioned. As far as it goes, I don't know what that means for this thing being able to turn yellow eventually. That's just a plastic thing once they're so old and in a window or something. Unluckily, mine is by a window. That's unlucky. But as far as it goes, he has this very nice blue shading on him as well. If you look around him, I don't know if it's going to really show up as much on camera. In person, it's very visible in the white space here. It is up here, quite noticeable on the chest area. There's also some on the foot, on the thigh, and on the arms. It's very minor, but it does look very nice, and I do like the bit of shading it has. For first look on camera, for some reason the purple's looking like black for some reason. I have no idea why. It does not look like it's metallic purple at all, but it is a very nice metallic purple nonetheless. And as far as it goes for like paint and everything, like I said, this isn't initially mine. Anything came out of the box like this. So the shoulder here is a little bit splotchy, just a little bit, not much though. And then on the right arm here, there is a small paint scuff right there, and I know what that is from. And that's from one of the effect parts. But as far as it goes, not really any other problems with them. This arm can be a little bit loose is what I think, but I actually know I'm wrong because it's the effect part that usually weighs it down. So I keep thinking it's loose. It's not loose. It's just the part being too hefty for us. And that's really it. He does have his tail, of course, which, as you've seen, comes out of the box unpegged. He has two tail options. This is the one that comes with the other Frieza, and they're basically the same. The 4th Form Frieza and this Frieza are the exact same. And yes, this one's not called 4th Form, it's just called straight up Frieza, which is the strange part about it, considering we now have every form of Frieza, if I'm not mistaken. But this is the figure itself, so let's look at the accessories now, which there's a ton of. So starting out with the accessories, we're going to talk about the hands first. First up, obviously, we have his basic fists. Every figure comes with these basic fists. They're, there to be fists. His next hands are the calm, relaxed posed hands, which I do quite like these ones. They're very nice. It doesn't seem like often with Dragon Ball figures we get the calm, neutral hands. We always seem to just get, like, gripping hands, ki blast hands, and fists for the most part. But I do like these kind of more, motion hands, like he's just kind of chilling out. I like that. I like that for hands. It's very good. And that's as far as that goes. So let's take a look at the next set, because there is 2 unique hands. Next up are his jazz hands, because there's always ki blast hands, unless you're Goku. Goku did not come with any, and I still don't know why the Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku did not. And I mean, these are good. I like these. I do kind of miss the fact he doesn't have the gripping hands, because, again, it seems like every figure comes with those. I am fine with the neutral resting hands, though, instead of those. I think that that's a very good thing, but the gripping hands seem like they would have been perfect for Frieza of all characters. But that is the good old ki blast hands. And now we have a unique set of hands, but I say unique, but they're very much the same. Now, for these next hands, it's a little intriguing. We have a bent pointer finger, which I'm not 100% sure what that one is for. I don't know if that's his attack hand, or if it's just his pointing hand. You can put him in this pose. I just did that, and I like that pose. I have no idea. It seems very much in character of Frieza. Other one, just to switch it out instead of doing an edit here, even though I had to because the camera fell over, we have the other one, which is just a straight point. It's a completely straightened index finger. I don't know why. I initially thought it was a right and a left, but no, it's just 2 right hands. I don't know. Similar to Trunks, I was like, what's the difference? And I looked, and it's like the fingers ever so slightly bent. Like the thumbs more in on this. It's weird. I don't know why they did a whole nother hand. But then I realized something. The Dragon Star's first form Frieza also has the straight pointing and then a bent hand. It is strange. I don't know why, and it's there. But if you have the other Frieza, you can do the Spider-Man meme, which is cool. And that's the pointer finger. I'm just going to keep that on for the accessories because you kind of need that one. So head sculpt-wise, we're going to take a look at this one because this one does have one unique feature the others don't. This is a basic neutral face. It looks quite nice. It has the basic detailing of the lines, the red eyes, everything's there. But there's a hole in the top of the head. That's for the halo. It comes with this halo piece, which I don't know if it's the same as the other ones that have been around. I've seen a good couple. It just pegs in like that, and it goes on his head, and that's for when he's dead. I think in Super, if I'm not mistaken, because I know he does technically appear in a filler arc in Dragon Ball Z when Goku's dead, but I don't think the tournament arc between, like, the Cell and Buu saga is canon, so there's that. Seems to point up to his little halo. He's dead. I like that. And that's the basic head sculpt. So now let's get to the other head sculpts, which I have an issue with. And so next up for head sculpts, we have this gritting teeth face, which to me doesn't say angry. It says kind of scared look. Or surprised, even. I think it's just where the pupils are that bother me, because otherwise it's fine. It's just where the pupils are right down by the nose. It just doesn't look right to me. It doesn't look good. It's nice, but I just don't like it. And the other thing is the halo is not actually able to be used on these other 2 head sculpts, which is interesting. I'm not sure about the new one. That's a thing. I actually don't mind that. I wish there was like a filler piece for this one just to grab it off the side. I kind of wish there was a smaller filler piece or something like that. But what are you going to do? And his last face is this screaming, yelling face, which, again, doesn't look angry to me. It looks scared. I don't know what it is with Frieza, but these faces do not look scary to me. They look more scared. I don't know what it is. The neutral face is my favorite, but these other 2 to me just look kind of scared. They're not supposed to be, but I don't know what I'm getting and why I think they're scared. But as far as it goes, I just don't know if I really like these other 2 alternate heads. They're nice. This one does have some extra sculpting with the veins popping out, but that's it. I like this one more than the other one. The teeth gritting face is usually my favorite. But this one, to me, just it doesn't seem to hit the mark it wants to go for me personally. I don't know what it is. It just seems like he's either scared or he's just, like, in a comedic yell. I don't know. It's just weird. It's the only one that's ever done that to me, is make me go, I think this is not what it's meant to be, type of thing. And we still got more accessories. There's a whole lot more. In a first thus far, we have feet. I'm not joking. He comes with extra feet. That's not happened yet. I've never had anyone else ever come with extra feet. I guess for Frieza it makes sense. So you just have the basic ones, which are just the 3-toe design, and they just pull off. They're on a mushroom-type peg. Now, I did look at these and think they're not different, but they are a little bit different. So I'm guessing this is right, this is left. Am I right about that? I don't think I am, because there's a bit of a cutout. Indicates the direction of it. Again, these are really strange. It's the only figure that I own that comes with extra feet parts. And it's more for when he's floating. I don't really know if I'm going to talk about the stand, but this is a great opportunity to just bring that in for a second. Because it's more like he's floating or he's on the edge of something and he's like gripping type of thing. That's what I feel like that is. I don't know why I just have him pointing constantly, but he's pointing constantly. So there is that. And yes, the stand, it does have the other cradle, or not cradle, it has the other clip, which is a lot more like a little bit thinner and longer type of thing, instead of this kind of like small back clip. Good for him. Anyone else, I don't think it would work on, though. It's really good for him. It'd probably be good to like grab a leg or something like that, but that's about it for every other figure. And now we get to the last of the non-exclusive accessories. The next one is crossed arms, which apparently comes with a lot of Dragon Ball figures, except for the ones I own. I only had Piccolo come with them, other than him. It seems like a lot of the Vegetas tend to, and then Jiren does as well. And Hith. There's just a ton. I've looked at a ton of these, and it's like, why do they all have to come with these, except the ones I have? Other than Piccolo, of course. And of course, we just have smug cross-armed Frieza, which looks quite good. Again, it's the mushroom pegs. It's not like the other ones, where like Piccolo kind of has like this like typical long peg with like a C-clip type of design. He doesn't. He just has that little mushroom peg type of thing. It's intriguing. They're easy to come off and put back on, though, which I do not mind. So it's not really a big hassle. But that's it for the fourth form accessories. Now, the other one comes with a Dragon Ball. Everything here that I've just displayed, if I'm not mistaken, comes with the other version of Frieza. Fourth form, the new one. Like I said, this is the old one. So now we're going to talk about a couple of the old accessories. And starting off, we have the long tail, which is intriguing. It's a long tail. This one's good, but I don't know how the tail gained length. How does that work? It pegs on just the same as the other one. It has the same articulation points, other than there being a swivel there. And it's basically just that. You could choke somebody with that easily. There's enough room. But it's not the one I display. It is nice to have the longer tail, but I do like the smaller tails. I think it scales better with the figure. Like I said, it is like I said, it is basically as easy to get going as anything else really is with this set. It's not anything that's harmful, per se. And so reattaching Frieza's old tail, because why not? We now have the big exclusive parts, which are the effect parts. And we're going to start off with this one, the Death Ball, which does have a little thing attached to it. And as far as it goes, the previous owner stress marked it. I don't know if it's going to really show up on camera, but the prior owner, as soon as I got out of the box, I noticed it. I went, wow, there is clearly a paint chip on the right arm. The Death Ball is meant for the right arm, because that's what the pointing finger is for, right? It slides on like so. And then you quite simply just take his hand and put it on, right? There we go. You just take the hand, put that on there, and now he has a Death Ball. Now, like I said, if you push it down so far, it kind of holds better. And like I said, you gotta kind of have this opening over that purple paint if you don't want it to get scuffed. And I think this looks amazing, especially at like a distance. You can't see the clear thing, so it just looks like it's floating. It's cool. And I do like this Death Ball effect. Was it worth the extra money? I don't know. This one's cool, but you also get the other one too, which is a much larger effect part, which I'll show off here in a second. Much larger effect part, it needs a little bit more assistance. It is a very, very large one. Now, I'm pretty sure he's supposed to shoot it from here, but as far as it goes, there is a peg hole at the front of it. If you can get this to go on it, I don't know if I can here. There we go. I think that's good enough. So if you can get this at range, so Frieza can be shooting this one too. Frieza does stand quite well on his own for the most part, especially if you have the tail involved. So you can kind of just get that in there as a good effect part to have. It's nice. I do like the effect parts quite a bit. But that's really that, and I've spent so much time on accessories here, it's actually unbelievable. There was just a lot with this figure. And so for Frieza's articulation, it is really, really good. He has a ball joint in the head with pretty much unrestricted range. He has no hair or anything, so it's going to be quite good. The neck joint is there. He does have a butterfly joint. He has forward and back, outward, double elbows, a ball-jointed wrist, along with the typical motion, which can go either in and out or up and down, depending on which way you position it. And ab crunch. And this part here does not get in the way. I believe it is ball-jointed on there, because it was kind of crooked, I noticed in the beginning. So it is ball-jointed or on like a mushroom peg. So it does bend depending on, which I've seen it has broken for some people, which is a bit scary. So probably won't be using that joint too much. It does have the waist swivel, forward and back, outward, double knees, swivels, which, yeah, that's just going to pop off. They're a bit loose. Actually, that one just wasn't pegged in all the way. That's why. Typical tilts. And of course, the tail has a hinge here at the base and then can rotate around. The other one, like I mentioned, has a higher up swivel. So for the most part, that's all the articulation, which is pretty much just standard figure art articulation, but it is just really good. Now let's just get to my final thoughts on Frieza. So as far as my final thoughts go for Frieza 4th form here, I have no issues with this figure. This figure is fantastic. My biggest complaint is the head sculpts. That's it. That's it. And I think that's just my mind doing something. I'm not sure. I think it's the lack of eyebrows that's throwing it off for me. I think that might be what it is. But as far as it goes, it's just an amazing figure. And if you can get him, he is expensive. He is really expensive. For some reason, this guy in particular, he's a little bit more than the other one. If I would chase one down, the other one's a lot more common. The biggest difference between this one and the other one, and like I said, is the effect parts don't come with the new one and the long tail. The new one comes with a Dragon Ball. I don't know why. I guess if you're collecting the Dragon Balls, but as far as it goes, I'm not collecting the Namekian Dragon Balls because I don't plan on buying all those figures. There's a lot of those, by the way, and I don't really want to. And as far as it goes, would I recommend this guy? Now, for the price I paid a lot. Now, because I'm in Canada and this came from the US, I had to pay like a $20 border fee or something like that. So that immediately upped the price. This guy was like $120, which is a lot. A lot to say out loud, honestly. And I hated myself when I bought him, and I'm not mad about it because I think he's good. But the other one is cheaper than this one. This one's it's a lot more uncommon to find this one. I got pretty lucky. Most of them tend to go for a lot more than what I paid for this guy. So it was a good bit. Again, shipping plays a really big part in how much you're going to pay for Frieza as well. So, or just any eBay order or anything like that. It's just shipping. That's one thing. But as far as it goes for a rating, I'm going to give him a 5 out of 5. And my complaint is just minor. I think it's just me being crazy. Otherwise, this thing looks amazing posed. I can't stop wanting to pose this figure. He just looks phenomenal. He's an amazing figure. And the amount of accessories, as you've seen, even with just the basic one, because like I said, I kind of divided it up and showed the basic accessories first that you get no matter what. And then the new ones. This one, in my opinion, is better just for those effect parts. The effect parts are phenomenal. I love effect parts. Also, you get the stand, which, I mean, that's not a big deal, but it's a stand. You'll take a stand with a figure. But as far as it goes, that's really it for this review. And this has been our review of SH Figuarts Frieza 4th Form, or Frieza 2018. This has been Health Out Elite signing out.